Money has always been humanity's greatest illusion. A piece of paper, a shiny coin, a number on a screen, all of it only works because we believe it does. But belief changes with time, and every few centuries, that belief system is rewritten. Today we stand in the middle of one such rewrite, the rise of cryptocurrency. But to understand where we are, we must understand where we came from. Thousands of years ago, people traded goods, gold for salt, wheat for cattle, silk for silver. But trading wasn't always fair. There were middlemen, taxes, transport risks, and trust issues. That's when money, as a symbol of value, was born. Governments issued coins, then paper. But that system too had one problem: control. The state controlled supply, banks controlled access, and people, they just trusted the system. But history shows what happens when that trust breaks. Germany, 1920s, citizens carried wheelbarrows full of paper to buy a loaf of bread. Zimbabwe, 2008, prices doubled every few hours. Venezuela, 2016, the currency lost meaning entirely. These were moments when people realized that centralized money, while powerful, was also fragile. And from that fragility, a question was born. What if money didn't need permission? What if value could move freely without borders, banks, or governments? In 2008, an unknown figure, Satoshi Nakamoto, published a paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It wasn't just another financial idea, it was a revolution hidden in code. Bitcoin was designed to be everything the old system wasn't: decentralized, transparent, and limited in supply. Only 21 million coins would ever exist, forever changing the idea of scarcity in digital form. Instead of banks, there was the blockchain, a public ledger maintained by thousands of computers worldwide. Every transaction recorded, verified, and stored permanently. No fraud, no printing more money, no single authority in charge. The idea spread like wildfire. People mined coins on laptops. Early adopters bought pizzas for 10,000 bitcoins, a transaction that will later be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Then came Ethereum, which introduced something even more radical: smart contracts, code that could execute agreements automatically. Suddenly, the blockchain wasn't just about money. It was about trustless systems, digital ways to build economies, apps, and even societies without centralized control. Governments watched in confusion. Banks mocked it at first, then panicked. Regulators called it dangerous. But ordinary people saw hope, the chance to escape inflation, bank fees, and manipulation. And so the crypto movement grew. Exchanges were built, millions joined. But with every revolution comes chaos. Scams multiplied, prices soared and crashed overnight. Fortunes were made and lost overnight. For every believer, there was a skeptic calling it a bubble. Still, the idea refused to die. Because underneath all the noise, crypto wasn't just about getting rich, it was about rewriting financial power. It gave control back to individuals, not institutions. For the first time, you could send millions across the world in seconds, without asking permission from a bank, without waiting for office hours, without paperwork. You could own assets no one could confiscate. You could be your own bank. Yet freedom came with responsibility. Lose your private keys, lose your money. Get scammed? No one can help. There was no customer care, no refunds, no forgot password. The blockchain was honest, brutally honest. As the world debated, innovation continued. NFTs, digital art, music, collectibles became new stores of value. DeFi, decentralized finance, created an entire ecosystem of lending, borrowing, and earning interest without banks. And now, countries are experimenting with CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, government-backed versions of crypto, but with control reintroduced. The irony is thick. The very institutions crypto wanted to escape are now adapting its technology. But maybe that's how revolutions work. They start as rebellions and end as systems, just like the internet once did. Today, Bitcoin is legal tender in some countries. Major corporations hold crypto in their balance sheets. And while volatility remains, the direction is clear. Digital money is no longer a dream. It's a phase of evolution. But this story isn't just about technology or finance. It's about philosophy, about trust. For centuries, people trusted kings, banks, and governments. Now they trust algorithms, math, and code. It's a shift from human promises to digital certainty. Yet questions remain. Can code replace conscience? Can numbers understand greed, compassion, or justice? Maybe not, but they can remove corruption, bias, and borders, and that's a start. In the end, cryptocurrency is more than just a coin. It's a mirror, reflecting our fear of control and our hunger for freedom. It's humanity's latest attempt to define value, power, and trust in a world where everything is connected, but nothing feels safe. From shells to gold, from paper to pixels, money has always been a story we tell ourselves to make sense of value. And in this chapter, that story is written not in ink, but in code. Whether you believe in crypto or not, one truth stands. The financial world will never be the same again. The revolution isn't coming, it's already here, running silently, block by block across the wires of the digital world.